Hey everybody, what is going on? Baru here, and today I have some more Borderlands, the pre-sequel news for you guys. And today we're going to be taking a look at another one of Claptrap's skill trees, and thank you all for showing so much support for the last commentary. I know they are a bit long, but I like to go in as in-depth as possible with these skill trees, so thank you for being with me. And today we're going to be taking a look at the BoomTrap skill tree, which is more focused on the middle tree, the I love you guys skill tree was more focused on a cooperative type deal. This is more for a solo player, as well as it being more centered all around explosives. So you know how like Krieg and Axton had their sort of explosive build? You're going to be able to achieve that with this. In addition, if the last skill tree didn't have enough Novas for you, this one's got you covered. So let's just jump into it, guys. Let's just jump right into it. So the first skill that we've got here, as you can see, is going to be Drop the Hammer. Reloading your weapon increases your fire rate and reload speed, but makes your accuracy worse for a few seconds. Now, the fire rate increase is going to be about 25% for 5 skills. The reload speed is going to be 25%, and the accuracy loss is going to be 10%. Now, for someone who has played a lot of Gauge, I can tell you right now that Drop the Hammer is not going to be, is not going to really affect you in any way. 10% is almost non-existent, and on sniper rifles, there's literally no difference. The accuracy decrease that you're going to need to like make a sniper rifle less accurate is almost around 60 to almost 80% before you'll really notice anything, and that's going to be at really long distances too. So the 10%. Not really anything you need to worry about. Obviously, this isn't as great as the I love you guys first skill tree, but you know it's a good skill. Why not pick it up? Extra reload speed, more fire rate, good to go. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the next skill here. So for our next skill, we have Killbot. Killbot, killing an enemy restores your health, but costs shields. If your shields are already down, then it's free health. The lower your health, the greater amount of health restored. So for 5 skill points, you're going to be losing 10% of your shield, and you're going to gain 35% of your maximum health. Now, this has synergy with the I love you guys skill tree. We talked about this yesterday. Claptrap is going to have synergy with wanting to destroy his shield constantly to create that damage nova. So this is just going to help you break your shield if enemies aren't actually hurting you, which is a good thing. Because like I said, the main skill or the main shield that you're going to want to have on Claptrap, assuming this all works, is like a 1 second delay shield. You're going to want it to be low capacity, and you want it to just constantly be going off. Claptrap is going to focus primarily around wanting nothing but health, which this skill helps with tremendously. He's going to want nothing but health regen. Claptrap has so many health regen skills, he's not going to need a moxie weapon. He seriously is not going to need a moxie weapon at all. All he's going to need is his skills. So if we actually don't see moxie weapons make a return to the pre-sequel, I wouldn't be surprised, because all you need is 1 Claptrap on your group. That's all you're going to need to keep everyone alive. But anyway, Killbot, it's a good skill. Kill an enemy, lose some of your shields, which is actually a good thing, as we talked about yesterday. Gain some of your health back. So with that out of the way, let's keep working down our way. Let's keep working down this tree. And for our next skill, we have an attack called Repulsive. When struck by a melee attack, you emit a powerful blast wave that pushes that enemy away, as well as dealing explosive damage. Now, it does say shockwave momentum is 300. I'm not entirely sure how much that actually means. So, it could say whatever number we want to say. It could say 9,000 momentum. Until we really know how much pushback that is, we really can't say much. But the actual ability is just, it's good. It's really good, because you sometimes have that psycho that it comes up behind you, it hits you, you don't know where it's at. Well, now you'll know. Now you will know. You get hit from behind, blast wave, you'll have a couple of seconds to sort of, get your bearings back together of where that enemy is, because he's going to be knocked back, and you're going to be able to turn around, get a shot on him, rather than what it currently is in Borderlands 2. You have a psycho come up behind you, he hits you once, you're all, you know, you're confused as to where he's at, he hits you again, you're down on the floor, things like that. So now that will remove that type of thing, and it gives you a little bit more situational control, I guess you could say. It's going to allow you to control the field a little bit more, so you don't have to worry too much about what's behind you and more about what's in front of you. So good skill altogether. Plus, I'm just going to say this now, rabid enemies, everybody. You hate rabid enemies? Throw on this skill, alright? You hate rabid enemies, throw on this skill. You're tired of being just absolutely destroyed by melee attacks? There you go. Claptrap's got you covered. I like that. Now that I think about that, I like that. No more rabid enemies. Anyway, let's take a look at the next one. And for our next skill, we have coincidental combustion. Whenever you shoot on an enemy with a non-explosive weapon, you have a chance to deal bonus explosive damage based on your weapon's damage. And we can see here it's got a 7% chance, so with 5 skills in there, you know, you're looking at 35% chance to deal extra damage with weapons that weren't explosive to begin with. Now, we don't know how much of a percentage this is going to be based off of. If I had to take a guess, it's going to have a percentage based on the weapon type. For similar, Torgue weapons have, I believe, it's 90% splash. Pistols have 100%. Things like that. Sniper rifles typically have around 40% extra splash damage. So it's probably going to follow a formula similar to that. And because it's going to be, it says bonus explosive damage, that usually means that that extra damage cannot crit. But we don't know how it's actually implemented, but it is good. So you can imagine right now, let's say you've got an elemental weapon that you need to use for, you know, your maniacal laughter. You need to get that extra, you need to get that elemental effect chance and get those dots rolling so you can get all of your health regen. Well, now you can use your elemental weapons while being able to still do explosive damage. In addition, this is going to have good synergy with skills that require explosive damage in order to get certain procs, which we'll talk about when we actually get to those skills, but it's going to have a lot of synergy with those elemental weapons. Also, we're going to, if the Norfleet decides to come back, we can legitimately have an explosive Norfleet. Yep. All right. Let's keep moving down this tree, guys. Let's just keep moving along here. And now we're going to move down to a second winding skill. Second Wind by Tediore. Whenever you enter Fight for Your Life, you throw a digistructed copy of yourself, which explodes like a grenade, and you continually emit explosive novas. What is with Gearbox and novas and with Claptrap? It's like every other skill in his skill tree just does a nova of some kind. Which, by the way, I'm not complaining about. I love it. I embrace it. I welcome my new Hyperion Overlord, okay? Maybe, you know, now I just imagine Hyperion riding Veracitus into battle, and that's basically Claptrap at this point. They're just two Nova Bros just going at it, but I don't know how much damage a skill like this is going to do. It actually does worry me a little bit, because skills like this tend to fail the scaling part. However, I will say this. Most of the skills that we saw in the gameplay that had X damage like this, like it doesn't actually tell you the damage number, it just sort of happens. Most of them are actually extremely high and over the top and able to kill badasses in a single hit, so I'm not too worried about it because 2K seems like they really got their shit together in terms of making these skills, so hopefully they're going to end up being good. But, you know, I'm not going to lie when I say some of these skills I am a little concerned about with the scaling. I'm always going to, I don't want another Maya, guys. I do not want another Maya. Rest in peace, Cloudkill. And now for our next skill, we have I am rubber, you are glue. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to say I'm really concerned about this skill. And we're actually going to go over that we're going to go over the action package first. The action package that it unlocks from you speccing into this skill is Torgue Fiesta, which Torgue Fiesta, whoops, drop a large amount of grenades that damage enemies and friendlies. So I'm a little worried about that. Maybe the damage isn't that bad because there is another skill that also hurts you. So maybe it's just like a little bit of damage, you know, something to rough up your shield a little bit, but nothing to like majorly down you. So hopefully that's it. But let's go over to the actual skill. So this is a kill skill, and whenever you kill an enemy, bullets have a chance to just simply reflect, which is not the same as Maya. She actually gains damage reduction and reflects. So this is just going to be pure 100% damage reduction from having this skill. So you have a kill skill, they reflect off you and towards enemies for a short time. And a short time for kill skills is typically, you know, 20 seconds or so. It depends on the kill skill. It can be sometimes 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It really depends on what it is. But that's the actual skill in general is okay. I'm just a little worried that Torgue Fiesta might lead to a clusterfuck of everybody getting downed, which is not something that you want in cooperative play. For the solo player, however, pick it up. Like, there's literally no downside to picking up this skill in solo, so, you know, go for it. I say go for it. If you're a solo player, go for it. I know there was a lot of people in the last video saying, oh, well, there's a lot of cooperative skills. How about ones that I just could pick up as a solo player and not have to worry? Here you go. Free skill, throw a lot of grenades at a bunch of enemies. Have fun. Reflect bullets. Let's go ahead and keep moving our way down this skill tree, guys. Alright, guys, and now we have another skill, which is going to have synergy with that explosive damage with that we talked about earlier. And this one's called Load Explode. Whenever you reload your gun, you're going to get increased explosive damage. This bonus can stack up to 5 times, and each stack lasts a few seconds. Now, don't worry about the few seconds thing, guys. Don't worry about those few seconds. The reason I say that is because, like a few seconds on the high 5 is actually 30. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Now this skill is really ridiculous, and I'll tell you here. I'll tell you why. Explosive damage by 4% per stack. You will get 4% for each point that you put in that skill, assuming. Now, if you have 5 stacks of that, you get all of your stacks. You're looking at 100% extra explosive damage just for reloading your gun. And if you go back to drop the hammer, you're firing faster, and you have a faster reload speed constantly. So you're constantly reloading your gun, making sure you're never losing this load explode buff. And because you're getting explosive damage from that other skill, you know, all of your guns are going to do explosive damage. You're going to have fast reload, and every time you reload, you're going to get stronger, and you just keep it going. And this seems like a skill where all you got to do is just fire your gun off once, reload your gun, so that way you don't have to worry about losing that damage in between fights. You just fire your gun once, reload, keep moving, and then you get to the next fight, you're going into that fight with 100% extra damage. And if you're already using like a pure explosive damage weapon, this is going to be insane. Like, get a Torgue quad and have 100% more damage on it. That's ridiculous. Claptrap is ridiculous, and it's awesome, and I love it. Not to mention the fact that there's another skill which synergizes with constantly reloading and firing the very first shot. He has a reverse money shot where he does more damage on the first shot. So basically it's like it's zeros, one shot, one kill type deal where he does more damage on the first shot. And we'll take a look at that in a second, but Load Explode is going to be awesome. And that 100% only assumes you can't boost it any higher. If we could get like a class mod, let's say we get a class mod where we could buff that to like 11 out of 5, okay? 11 out of 5. You're looking at 220% explosive damage increase for all of your guns. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. Claptrap is a giant powerhouse. Alright, we said enough about this skill. let's go ahead and move on to the other side of this tree real quick. So that skill that I was telling you about that has more damage when you start with a fresh mag is start with a bang. When firing a fully loaded gun after reloading, you generate an explosive nova centered on you, damaging all nearby enemies, and also hurts you a little bit. And if we see here, we can't see the nova damage, and I will bring this up again. This looks exactly like Gage's, I forget what it's called. It's the outburst skill where if you didn't fire for a little bit, you do like this slag damage type deal, and you'll do a little bit of extra slag damage, but it fell so far behind. It was like 5 stacks of it did like 60,000 damage, whereas your gun's doing like 1,000,000. So it was next to nothing. So as long as this doesn't fail the scaling portion, this is going to be really good because it's going to do explosive damage. You already got a skill that's boosting you by 220%. Now you have an explosive nova that's doing even more. You're going to have all the novas in the world. And if we take a look, you'll notice it says it hurts you for 1% of your maximum health. I assume that's going to go up to 5% with 5 out of 5 in the skill, and maybe up to 11% if you could, like we said, if you could get a comm with +6, but I doubt there's going to be a comm. But it's not that much damage when you take into account the fact that every time you kill an enemy, because of Killbot, you're getting 35% of your maximum health. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. I know I've said ridiculous. If you've made it this far in the video, please type Claptrap is ridiculous, and I love it. There we go. You know, I want to see how many people actually make it this far in the commentary. But, you know, I've said it a lot. Claptrap, I want to play him. You have his entire skill tree is nothing but synergy, and I love that. His skill tree is nothing but synergy. Each skill complements another skill, which is something that a skill tree should be. 2K really outdid themselves with the Claptrap skill tree. They really have. There's really not much I could say more about this skill, so let's keep moving on through here, and yeah, let's see what else this guy has to offer, because yes, but wait, there's more. So now that you've been dealing all of this explosive damage, how about a melee override that's based on your explosive damage? Sounds good, right? So we've got Hyperion Punch, which is a melee override. Dealing explosive damage grants you stacks of Hyperion Punch. When you have 5 stacks, press your melee button to throw a super awesome punch that deals bonus incendiary damage, a damage over time effect, which is going to go right with Maniacal Laughter from the last video. This consumes all stacks of Hyperion Punch. Now, we don't know how much damage this is going to do. I've already said my concerns of having a skill like this where we can't see the damage, but I'm hoping that Gearbox does good. That's all I could really say. So considering that every gun can deal explosive damage, is going to have great synergy with Hyperion Punch. It just is. That's all there really is to it. So anyway, let's go ahead and just jump into the next one, guys. Let's jump into this Capstone. Unfortunately, because of the gameplay, we don't get to see that skill on the right there, but I have no idea what it would be. Unfortunately, gameplay did not allow for us to see that. Anyway, let's take a look at this Capstone. And now to wrap it all up, we have a skill called Living Near the Edge, which increases fire rate and reload speed. The lower your health and shields, the greater the bonus. So it's like the inconceivable. So if your shield is depleted, you automatically have 50% of this bonus passively. Also, this unlocks pirate ship mode, which if you saw it from the gameplay, this stuff one-shots badasses. That's right. Okay, so what happens is you become a giant pirate ship. You fire off cannons to this symphony, and it hits like 20 times or some shit, and every single hit was doing like 25,000 damage. It was ridiculous, and you're gonna do so much damage with this skill. It's like, why wouldn't you pick it up? I mean, yeah, it's going to be random when you actually get it. Or, I mean, there's parameters, and we're going to try and figure out how exactly you get the skills. But I mean, the chance of this thing coming out is just great. You pick it up, you become a pirate ship, you one-shot everything. You literally one-shot everything with this skill. And I'm going to say this now, just to get you hyped for it. The cannonballs are explosive, and the skill that increases your damage by up to 100%, potentially up to 220%, is going to be able to boost this action skill. So imagine cannonballs dealing 100% more damage. What is to not love about the BoomTrap? I've never had a skill tree where I'm actually confused about what I want to spec into. Maybe getting 2 capstones without a level cap increase was a great idea. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we really do need this. I want to be able to pick up, the high five and the living near the edge. I can only imagine what is going to be in his other skill tree. We don't get to see the red skill tree. We see like 2 skills of it, which I'm not going to do a breakdown for 2 skills. It's not worth it. It's like all it says is like unlocks action package, one shot wonder. It's like cool. We don't really know what the rest of his skills do or anything like that. So it's a little unfortunate, but when we get to see the red skill tree, I will show you guys the red skill tree. So how do you guys feel about Claptrap? All this synergy with reloading, or constantly reloading, killing enemies, getting all your health back, doing a shot at the first of the mag, doing a big explosion, and then healing right back up with Killbot. How do you guys feel about all those skills? The only one that I'm not sold on was the Torgue Fiesta. We talked about that because of the friendly fire damage. And I want to also thank you guys for showing support for the longer commentaries. I like breaking down skill trees like this. I like spending time and talking with you all about these skill trees, how they're going to work together, and just what we could do with this type of stuff. So thank you all for allowing me to do that. Yeah, just, you know what? I'm gonna stop saying thank you, and we're gonna outro this. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. Help support me in what I do. As always, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Keep it here for more Borderlands the pre-sequel news, guides, and these type of breakdowns. If you're enjoying it, let me know in the comments section below. Let me know how you feel about Claptrap. Do you like his BoomTrap skill tree more? Do you like his I love you guys skill tree more? What are you looking forward to most? Are you going to be playing Claptrap on day 1? Or are you going to be playing Wilhelm, Athena, or things like that? Now, this is all the skill trees for Claptrap right now. However, I have not taken time to really break down the other classes. We have all of Athena's, all of Wilhelm's, and all of Nish's for me to break these down. And if you want to see more of these breakdowns, hit that like button. Show me that you're loving this type of stuff. I will break down the other classes as well with these long commentaries for you guys. And again, thank you for watching. We're going to end it here. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.